Hey folks, we're live tonight in North McAllen, right along the 2nd Street Hike and Bike Trail. We have been here about an hour and a half, and so far I've seen one person on the trail. Good thinking, because I tell you what, it's about as hot as it can be with a record high here in McAllen today, and much of the rest of the valley, pretty hot as well. So I say good thinking to those who aren't out on the trail at this time of day, because it is so hot. Take a look at today's highs, and you'll see that McAllen officially reached 105 degrees. That, of course, is a record for the day. We've talked about that. And the rest of the valley very hot as well. Not as hot as here. This is one of the warmer spots in the valley, but boy, I tell you what, it has been a very warm one across all of the valley today. See the other readings: Harlingen 99, Weslaco 98, and Brownsville topping out about 96 degrees this afternoon. Let's go to the currents now and see where we stand at news time. And it's come down a little bit, but not much. Your current temperatures are still very warm across the area. 107, that reading we're getting from Rio at this hour. 99 McAllen, 98 Edinburgh. Then you go to the coast, about 90 at Port Isabel, 90 also right now in Brownsville. Dew points are still pretty close to where they've been the last few days, mostly upper 60s and low 70s. So we put the average on the muggy meter, and you're still up in that very humid category. Some of those numbers are a little bit lower than they were yesterday, the day before, so it might feel a little more comfortable. Keyword little, not much. It's still muggy out here, no matter how you look at it. Tomorrow may be the hottest of the bunch. If you look at tomorrow's highs, we're talking about temperatures across much of the valley going over 100 once again, around 104 here in McAllen. Weslaco probably getting to about 101. That will tie the record if it gets there. 96 in Brownsville, and even at the coast tomorrow, right at 90 or 89 degrees. It's going to be a scorcher all across the valley, but of course the island always cooler because it's surrounded by that Gulf and Bay water, which is in the 80s. That's warm, but cooler than the rest of the valley. Now, the next 3 days, again, tomorrow's the hottest at about 101. Then we stair-step down after that, but we stay well above the seasonal average, which is now 95. We'll be above that, but not quite as much by the time we get to the middle part of next week. So let's talk about the tropics, shall we? We've been talking about the tropics for the last week or so. This is the North American model. They call it the NAM, looking into the future to show what's going to happen. And you see a stalled front to the north of no consequence, but down to the south, a developing tropical system perhaps. The question is, what's it going to do once it develops? We go forward, and you notice that it's not on the map until we get to late Sunday into Monday. Then we start to see a low pressure area developing out there, a possible disturbance, but the models are still kind of all over the place. The new U.S. GFS model actually takes it to Florida. The European model now takes it to Tampico. The models are kind of all over the place, but the one thing that none of the models do now is bring it directly toward us, and we're good with that. The question now is, okay, how far south? If it goes south, and we're kind of leaning in that direction, if it goes south of us, how far south and how much rain would it bring to us? And that's the question mark for the end of next week. But I think between now and Monday, nothing's going to change. But from maybe Thursday into Friday of next week, that's we're going to have to watch this. And we've seen instances like this where the GFS was right and it went eastward. Happened a few years ago. So still a lot of questions to be answered about this particular system. The satellite of it shows where it is right now. I'll take a quick look at that. And I say where it is. There's nothing to call it just yet. All we're talking about is a bunch of clouds are going to come together and probably become a tropical low over the next few days, and you can see the odds of that happening. So let's jump to the forecast. Here's what we have for you for tonight across the valley. Clear skies, a warm night, temperatures having trouble getting below 80, much like last night. And then tomorrow, partly to mostly sunny, very warm, very humid, temperatures topping out at an average high of 101. So the next 7 days, we see just a beautiful hot weekend for Father's Day. A lot of sunshine, but very warm. Remember those heat safety tips: drink plenty of fluids, and we're talking water primarily. Wear light colored clothing, use your sunscreen, and of course limit your time outdoors. We do cool it down late in the week, but of course that's all dependent on the movement of whatever that tropical system is. Right now, again, we're kind of leaning that it goes well to the south of the valley, maybe somewhere down toward Tampico, something like that, but that's just a lean. That's not really a forecast just yet. Either way, it looks like if it gets close enough, it would at least bring us the chance for some showers and thunderstorms late next week, even if it stays down to our south. We'll have an update for that coming up a little bit later in the newscast. We're live in McAllen. Tim Smith, Channel 5 News at 6.